Today, we're gonna show you, or actually tell you the mindset of how to come back in Honor of Kings, one of the hardest games when you're playing Assassin, and then when you're behind because enemy team have a KPL tryhard. No, I'm just kidding. They just have a lot of a really good Chinese player who are trying really hard. When you see Chinese name, number one tip, okay? Don't be afraid. When you see Chinese name, it is what it is, right? There are a bunch of players, and they're all good or bad. We don't know. You just have to do your best, especially with a new ranking system coming out. You really want to just do your best and then gain as much points as possible. Now, starting off this game, because if any team does have pay, and when they have pay, there's a good chance they will invade. So I asked Cici to go check the vision, but sadly that she did get flashed on by the Byron, because Yang Jian, as you will see in this game, is losing lane really, really hard. So he's not able to do too much to help defend or whatnot. Yang Jian early game is fairly strong with skill 1-2. But again, this is not one of the game, right? And luckily we do have our marksman, Marco Polo, who actually has a really good sense of rotating to help me clear the blue. And this is called mirror invade. If you notice that enemy team is invading your blue, you don't really have to go fight it, right? If it's already gone, you have your teammates delay the jungle or just poke them a little bit, have them fight, pretend to fight. The whole point is just to bait out skills and buy more time for you to do the same thing on the opposite side. This way, what's the whole point of them invading? Because it doesn't really gain anything for them. It's just one of those things that you waste time, I waste time. End of the day, it's something that has to happen because enemy team is betting on the fact that I don't invade. However little do they know I will invade, right? So it's just one of those scenarios, that you just have to happen. So over here, come to the top side. I'm looking to poke the top side. Byron has 2 stacks right there. It's almost impossible to kill him. And on top of the fact that he's only, our clash lane is only level 3, and then Byron's level 4 already. So he had a huge shield that negated a lot of damage, coming out from Yang Jian. I don't know why he dove in there. I guess we're trying to fight there. So I don't know who got baited by who, right? Was it me who got baited or Yang Jian who got baited? Another thing is, notice there are a lot of details when I was clearing lane. It's mostly just try to, well, I would say the details was just try to last hit, to get as much gold as possible. Here is one of the mistakes I made when I don't have my ultimate, because an enemy team does have a red buff as well. If I have ultimate there, I could jump onto the pay and lower his damage by 30%, and then it will give us a really good chance of fighting it. So notice over here that pay invaded one more time, so I decided to again do the counter invade, mirror invade, right? Just come over here and get the buff as soon as possible. I'll even ask these to come here and throw a skill or two, just help me clear slightly faster. But the goal is just invade and get out. We're not intending to fight in any shape or form. Enemy team does have 4 people there defending the buff. Now, this is interesting. At this point, we're 1-5. And this game, we're in a huge deficit already, right? The clash lane is completely lost. Our jungle is getting invaded where I was forced to mirror the enemy jungler. And then there's not a straight up opening to actually go or find any opportunity for our team. As you notice, bottom side is a DNJ with a skill 2 with, on top of it, they have Yaria who counters Nakoruru. So it's just a really difficult game for me to find any window. But in that scenario, you're still just gonna focus on farm. That's the most important tip when you try to fight from a game that's behind. Now, if you start to become really aggressive and it just keep on dying, the game gets to the point where you just can't return anymore, because that's how Honor of King works. Everything works on economy. If you start feeding a lot, you won't be able to come back. So in this scenario, I'm taking a look and see what's happening. I see that our mid lane did end up getting a pull onto the Byron. So if it's a trade, right? If there's a pull over there, I'm gonna try to find an opportunity, to get some trade over here. Also, the enemy team have 3 people on the top side. I would say 2 to 3 on the top side. And I noticed our entire team is coming towards the bottom lane. There's a good opportunity for us to engage. And sure enough, I jumped onto the RNG to bait out the flash. So it's a good trade, right? Afterwards, we're gonna take this and go for the enemy blue buff. I suspected our blue is already gone at this point, because Pei was not helping. He was on top side. They have Xiao Qiao who was there to help defend the buff as well. So we're just gonna get the buff and then come over here, get the I would say Yaria off of the Dianji's body and do some damage, right? Thanks to the ultimate coming out from our Rome, from Liang right there. Dude, speaking English and Chinese name in conjunction next to each other is really, really difficult. I gotta say, a lot of times I'm having a brain fog. Like, okay, what's this character's name again? Like, yo, it's like, oh yeah, it's Liang, not Zhang Liang, right? I'll try to say his Chinese name, but I have to translate. What's the English name? Liang. Okay, that's right. But anyways, focus on the most important aspect of this game, which is just gotta find opportunity as you can. When there's no opportunity, just go back to farm, or split push if there's opportunity to split push. I noticed that Pei was topside. That's the only reason why I started this Tyrant. And Tyrant gives you quite a bit of extra damage, which is gonna be extremely good for someone like Nakoruru. In fact, Overlord is gonna be very, very useless for Nakoruru, whereas Tyrant, when you play Nakoruru, is gonna be one of the most important objectives. So you can like one-shot people even harder just to make sure this thing, for sure work. Over here, I'm calling my team to come defend the blue because I have a feeling, I know for sure the Pei is gonna come in and invade because they've been doing it every single time. And then notice here, by the way, Pei has like 2,000 gold ahead of me. And then look, I'm gonna do my ult. Pei's already have low damage reduced, but if I use my ult slightly earlier, or you've had another teammate who, answered a call and stayed in the blue buff just slightly earlier, we can kill this Pei and the game will quickly turn around because I get a quick shutdown over here. And that means the invade fails, he lose not only the invade, he get killed, I get a lot of gold, and then it's gonna be really good for me. Let's take a look. And really bad for him, right? It's always relative. And let's take a look at this, this specific scenario right here. And I compare the gold. You see the enemy pays like 1,000 gold ahead, right? Our Marco Polo is farming decently on the bottom side, so we're not really worried. It's just Pei has 5 kills, so he's like way ahead of me on items. He has an item finished, and I'm still working on mine. So again, when you come back, don't rush. Just keep on farming, right? I know the enemy is jumping here. I'll take a detour because my goal is again just constantly invade the blue buff, right? It's just focused on farm. It's a very, very farm centric. And notice that if you have 2 people, here is how to come back, right? We know they have 3 to 3 people top. We have Zhang Liang available. There's no reason not to come here and find a kill. And that's exactly what we did. We find 1, not only 1, but 2, because it's the buddy mode, right? It's Yaria on top of Dianji together. So very, really good. Over here, you can see that Byron is teleporting. There's no reason for us to fight any further. We're just gonna quickly take the spike tail, get all the farm that we can, and move away. And I think Pei is gonna go to top side. Ignored. I'm gonna go to my jungle, clear my entire jungle. You see the blue is coming up. And this time, Pei is gonna take a step back from this invade in this particular game because we have everyone there. Marco Polo is there, Liang is there, and he is actually respecting, Liang's ultimate. But Liang's in position. Imagine if Liang showed on the bottom side, right? That blue is gone as well. It's just one of those scenarios. It's really, really difficult. So another great tip for comeback is having Liang on your team. Some like Dong Huang or Liang, but Liang is better, right? Dong Huang requires this particular playstyle. I feel like Dong Huang as a character is just kind of interesting right now because you get outpoked by Gan Mo, by like Xiao Qiao, by a lot of characters where you can't even, by the time you use your ultimate, it's already very, very low. And then it's good for early invade, but if you don't open up the advantage, it becomes really difficult. So when you're behind, try to lose as little resources as possible. You see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to use skills and delay the cannon from getting to the tower. But I think Byron eventually jumped in to leverage the shield to get the tower here. And then it's 1 HP, it's 1 shot. The tower is gone anyways, we're just defending it. And I'm gonna camp on the bottom side, hoping the enemy team will come back here. If they come back here, we can get another kill, right? And notice the Pei's on top side. So I'm gonna quickly come over here. And then also we have Liang. The only reason I'm playing so aggro here is because I'm followed up with Liang. At this point, I'm buddy mode with Liang, right? Like it's very, very important because that's the only way to come back. If we can find, the whole point of this composition is a pick-off comp. If Liang and I can ult, double ult somebody and we one-shot someone, there's gonna be an opportunity because that means like, if anyone dies on the map right now, they have to send somebody else to defend. If they don't send anyone to defend that lane, we can straight up just take that lane. Take turrets, which give us more control over the map, opens up the map for us to do more combos, have more bushes available to us. Or, if they, that's if they don't send someone to defend. If they send someone to defend, that's fine, right? So, it's one of those scenarios where we just go back. That we force someone to defend, that means the other side of the map, Marco Polo can find more farm, Shi can find some rhythm, maybe 1 or 2 pull along with Yang Jian. So one of those scenarios that happens. All right, guys. So at this point, you can see that Yang Jian is he's dying pretty frequently, and he's not winning top lane, right? Like the top lane is losing really hard. And that's a scenario that basically the same story I have. Every time I have Yang Jian on my team, it's always, you know, you just wish Yang Jian is the other team's Yang Jian. Like that's basically what you're wishing for. We're really behind. One of those games when you have to make smart decisions to find a comeback window. Right? Again, you're going to be farm-centric, very important. Number two, you're going to go with the most comeback, you know, possible character, which is Liang, and to find opportunities. If you can't find opportunities, just wait patiently. So enemy team took the Shadow Overlord, the Enhanced Overlord right here, so they have the Tempest Vanguard. I noticed Pei is coming towards red, so I called to Liang to camp in this bush and wait for Pei to show up. If he doesn't show up here, we're going to go for Byron on the bottom side. Notice that he actually was cautious on this bush. This is one of the most dangerous bush. When you play, make sure don't get close to this bush. So come to the bottom side. Look, Yang Jian losing to Byron on command, but me and Zhang Liang is already here. And I'm going to go over here, use my smite to slow him down, and then jump in along with Yang Jian's help, right? Yang Jian was looking at minimap, thank God. That we're able to get this kill onto Byron. Very important kill right here. If you don't get this kill, it's going to be really hard because we only have one tower right now. And then at this point, I'm going to recall to defend because you don't want to lose point. You don't want to lose point on the high ground. As little as possible. Sometimes giving up one or two high ground tower is necessary if you have, especially when you're losing defense, like when you have one or two people died. Over here, and if you made a crucial mistake, which is DNJ and then the Rome, Yaria, thought they can defend or keep on staying top. They got pulled by Shi right there, and then we just quickly followed up, got a 2 free kills with 0 trade. Zero loss on our side. Liang has ultimate right here. We decided to take a move towards Enhanced Tyrant. But there is a good shot. I did not check that bush. There's a good shot. Enemy team is waiting. Look, and we just get a free kill on Pei, right? Like, luck. This is the power of going with Liang at this point in the game, right? You just have to. There's no choice. In order to come back, you only have one shot, which is going with Liang. Right? I'm getting some vision, bait out enemy skills. That's my only goal. But I'm too low. The Baron can one-shot me. The Xiaotiao can one-shot me. The best thing to do is recall, especially the current meta of the game. And I love this, by the way. Honor of Kings is creating new mechanics every single time. There's a jump pad, which allows you to go to jungle really quick. So there's no reason for you not to, quickly go home, recuperate, and then come back. Everything that we're doing at this point have to play off Liang's ultimate. If Liang has ult, we go play. If Liang doesn't have ult, I'm gonna go farm. And I think I'm also fighting farm with Marco Polo, which is a mistake. But I'm just trying to get as farmed as possible to get Succubus Cloak, to get Sage Sanctuary. So over here, try to force out enemy Byron. This is a greedy play. Marco Polo is doing pretty well. So when you have a reliable Marco Polo, giving him farm is totally fine. It's totally fine. So I would say it's my fault, but it's not game changing. Because we're still sharing experience, sharing gold. So Marco Polo is still getting a lot of farm along the way. So we're mostly just observing, but you see Liang and I are kind of getting together, right? I see Pei in the position. If Liang ulted there, I'll quickly follow up and one-shot the Pei. But I'm just finding another position again to, quickly go in. But this is one of the scenario we find a kill. Well, find an engage onto Byron. Get him really low, but you see how my position. I jumped in and I dashed away, right? Because you don't want to be too greedy on committing your full combo here. And this is where we've wiped the enemy team because we take a smart engage onto the entire team here, and then we just wipe them. We'll wipe them in the sense of wipe like 3 most important character. Their marksman, their roam, their mage. We didn't wipe the entire team, and we thought we can take the opportunity to take the high ground tower here. And I played greedy here one more time. I remember this one of those really greedy plays I made because Byron is so strong. Like to go on him, I thought I can just go on him, but he just one-shotted me. Because Shi is right there, and I want to go on him to get him low or just get him straight up killed along with Shi so we can push him to tier 2. It turned out with my HP line, it's too greedy, right? But let's now compare the total farm on both sides because it's very important to track your progress. And you can see I'm constantly checking. Over right now, I'm sitting at 10,000 gold. Marco Polo is 11,000 gold. The KDA really doesn't matter at this point of the game, right? So already late game is, close to late game, close to 20 minutes, which is the Tempest Dragon. Tempest Dragon, when Tempest Dragon comes out, is super late game, right? But from 10 minutes onward, I would say 10 minutes to 20 minutes is all late game. because that's when you have Shadow Tyrant, Shadow Overlord, and then that's going to be really, really important, right? The early game is from probably 0 to 4 minutes, and 4 to 10 minutes in mid game. That's how the game is breaking down, right? Super late games after 20, remember that. So if you look at enemy team here, the marksman is really low, right? Dianjie has no farm, he's getting just destroyed, right? Yara doesn't have a lot of farm. We have one of the trump card in our hand, which is Liang's ultimate. As long as CC holds his ult, we can always have a comeback potential. Either to kill Byron, to kill Pei, because Byron also went full damage. Inherently, he didn't have any defense. Yes, he has Pure Sky, but the Pure Sky, you have to activate it. So, and it's not that tanky, it's more of a hybrid item. So with Liang ulting him, he's just gonna die instantly. So you can see right now, Marco Polo is getting vision, and I'm jumping over to follow up, but they are able to do the Overlord very, very fast, so we decided to give it up, look for the opportunity. Fight back, I see Pei jumps in, you know, you see my entire skill care running onto Pei, because that's my only target, I would say, right now, right? And along with, they focused on Liang, they got Liang killed, but at what cost, right? Pei died as a trade, so it's really, really good for us in this particular engage. Enemy team rushed for sure. In ranked game, there are a lot of mistakes committed on both sides. And over here, Yang Jian went in, tanked tremendous amount of damage. And Marco Polo, I'm pretty sure they're either duo or trio with them. Marco Polo did a really good play, right? Along with Yang Jian. Over here, it could have been disastrous if Yang Jian died. And we didn't know like Yang Jian's gonna be that tanky going in. Obviously, he has true damage, he has this insane amount of life steal. So another explanation is the enemy team probably forgot to build anti-heal, and that's why Yang Jian is able to be so tanky. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to farm, clear the enemy jungle, and then take as many tower tier 2 as possible. This is another mistake by me, you know, jumping in like that, because I want to follow up with Yang Jian, but just slow him down. Again, mistake, I could have walked towards Yang Jian. I thought he walked away already, so that's a mistake, right? I want to quickly jump over to this defense here. At this point, I'm gonna give all the red to Marco Polo. I no longer need it. I just one-shot people. The red buff is not gonna be useful to me, and I'm really, really farmed. So when you're behind, try to clear a wave and don't get away from enemy team. Don't take extra poke, because you want to save your status. Over here, I see the you know, Marco Polo engaged. He has what's Sage Sanctuary. That's why he's able to do that. Did a lot of damage here, and I'm gonna follow up. We got a wipe. So really good. Double stun combo there from Marco Polo. Let's check one more time. I cleared the wave so they couldn't push. But the team is still under a tower. And then Marco just find an opportunity to get on the Pei, right? Which is really, really good. He get one-shotted, but he does have Sage Sanctuary. So we just do one step at a time, guys. Never rushing. And that's eventually proven to be really helpful, right? And that's the game. So this is what happens when you're behind. Like, you just have to play really, really cautiously. And another thing is, if you don't know, just for those who didn't know, I think everybody probably know this already. When you're trying to push and you have one cannon, somebody have to tank the tower shots. And it shouldn't be me, but I'm tanking, right? So Marco Polo tanked a little bit, and then he walked out, and I started tanking. The reason why is when you have one cannon, you don't have a lot of time to end this game. You want to make sure that the cannon doesn't die, especially the Hello Kitty cannon. And you gotta save it. Right? Look how pretty that is. If you want to get the Hello Kitty cannon before it runs out, guys, use my link in the description, the QR code on screen to get 20% extra token. With that being said, Ascended signing off. And hopefully these tips and tricks help you come back more in your Grandmaster rank, in your journey to Grandmaster rank, journey to Legend. Ascended signing off. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye for now.